else is crazy?
Lots of stuff.
This stupid year. Already.
The year, yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, you know what? We're pretty upset right now, and the Capitol is what we're going to take it out on. Anyway.
Okay, we're back again, baby. Welcome back to another delicious earful of magicness. This is Knuckle Deep. I'm Braden, and I got my best friend August here.
Hello.
If you want to listen to the podcast, we're going to have it on YouTube every time we upload. We're going to have it on Apple now, Apple Podcasts. We're going to have it on Spotify and the Podbean app. So check it out. Seriously, leave us a review if you want. You be brutally honest.
Right. It can even be like, you guys are fat and ugly and stupid, and I will never listen again.
But we would truly appreciate a review.
Yeah, an honest one.
And
yeah, I agree. Any amount of constructive criticism is completely and utterly appreciated, and
yes,
you should send it our way. Even like I said, even if it's like you guys are dumb and should stop. We won't, but we'll
we're
be like,
here for
thanks.
the long run.
Right.
Also, coming up this week or weekend or next week, we're going to have a NFL championship big game of the year. The last two teams, they have a playoff game.
A big game that rhymes with Skooker goal.
Yeah. And we're going to have a guest. And we're just going to be talking about sports. Not for the whole thing. We're definitely we're going to give a disclaimer once we transition into the sports.
Right.
Because I know I used to hate sports and I would not want to sit there and listen to three random dudes talk about a big ending NFL championship big game.
Yeah, and don't worry because it's still going to be funny, and I'll be in that boat with you because I don't know anything about football.
That's true. And,
I'm learning. I'm trying to figure it out. I got a Chicago Bears beanie on my microphone right now, but I'm
wearing a Chicago Bears sweatshirt right now.
It'll be funny, and it'll still be funny because we're funny. And you know it's not funny? The fact that the Chiefs are playing in the big game again. Anyway, we're not talking about sports this episode.
Right. Okay. So I did have a story to start off today before we again dive into the episode. I'm in college and it's a weird time. Like you're trying to figure out what you want to do on top of taking classes that are 4 times harder than your high school classes.
Right.
So I had a roommate last semester. I don't this semester. I'm trying to reach out, have some friends so I don't rot away in my dorm.
Yeah.
And so I went to the dining hall and I'm coming back and there's like about 50 feet of distance until I get to the double doors that go into the bottom of my building.
Right.
And you have to unlock these doors every single time you come in. And there's this guy that opens the door and he's holding it open. And I'm like a 30-second walk. Like it's going to take me a minute to get over there. And I'm like, there's no way this guy's going to sit here and hold this door open for me. But
that's the worst. You feel obligated to run towards the door.
I was like power walking and I had a meal and a drink in my hand.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I was grateful for him holding the door open because unlocking the door while you're holding your food is tricky. But I walk up there and I go in and he's leaving, but he comes back in. He comes back in the building and he goes, "What floor do you live on?" And I'm like, it really caught me off guard. So I was like, the 8th. And he goes, "Oh, cool. I'm the 9th. I'm like, all right. I'm going to go eat.
Man. I'm going to go eat now. Yeah.
And he goes, "What's your name?" And I'm like, are we still talking right now?
Right. You're like, I could have been done with my food by now, and you could be wherever you're going.
And I go, "Well, my name's Braden." And then, he tells me his name. And I'm like, all right. And he goes, "You have a Snapchat?" I'm like, yeah. I do. Yeah, I'm 18.
Right. And I have a phone, so yeah.
So this guy, he pulls out his phone. And he's like, "I don't know if I have a Snapchat."
What?
I'm like, "Why did you ask me then if I had one?" And he goes, "Oh, there it is." And
Oh
he pulls
yeah,
it up. So I
right,
pull up
right.
my snap code and he doesn't know how to scan. He just starts taking a video of my phone. And I'm just standing there like I'm starving. I haven't eaten since like 10:30 today, and this was around like 6.
Jeez,
And he's like, how about I just give you mine? I'm like, okay. So I
good
add
idea.
him and I go upstairs and then he texts me.
Oh man.
He goes, nice talking to you.
What? And you're like, I thought it's not mutual. Leave me alone.
Which I mean, he seemed like a cool guy. He was kind of awkward, but he
Right,
seemed like a cool guy. I would definitely I'm trying to find friends here, so I would definitely go like eat with him or something.
right.
But that is not the way I saw
Yeah,
that
it's
whole situation going. Because when he was coming back in, I was like, all right, I'm going to run now because I'm scared because this man is following
mm.
me. But
Yeah.
that was,
It's an interesting story for sure. I can say I've never had that problem because when people look at me, they're like, he's gonna hurt me if I make a noise within a 10-foot radius of him. But I also have a story about today. So last night was Sunday night, and I have homework due Monday morning at 10 in the morning, and so I'm doing it, of course, at midnight on Sunday, and so I'm doing my homework. I'm done. It's late. It's not too late. By the time I fall asleep, it's about 2 in the morning. So I'm done with my homework. I think I got food. Like I went somewhere and got food at like 1 in the morning. It was Taco Bell, I think. It was good. I fall asleep. I put my phone on my charger thing because I have a thing from Amazon that charges your Apple Watch, your AirPods, and your phone. Not to flex. Sorry about it. Um, and so I put my phone on the thing, and I go to sleep. I fall asleep. Yeah, I had a good night's sleep. I wake up for my 9 a.m. and my phone is at 16%. 1 6, not 100, 1 6%. And I am so unhappy because not only is my phone at 16%, it's 8:35 and my class is at 9, and I have to get up and get dressed. The plan was to shower before my
right.
first class, but now I'm just caked in my filth, clothes on,
Oh, don't use that
sadness
adjective.
gained, and I'm walking towards my class. I walk outside and there is snow sludge everywhere, like slushy all over the ground, and it tastes like the earth. I
Oh, I'm
didn't
glad you took a lick.
Yeah, I didn't take a lick, but and I went to my 9 a.m. class, which is history of technology. It's probably the worst class I've ever taken in my entire life. And that's that. I'm done. I go to theory. I go back to my dorm for online theory because I'm a music student, and I have to leave my dorm multiple times to use the bathroom because I'm a morning pooper, and it sucks.
Glad I know that.
It sucks big time. And that was just the extent of my not so good day, and then I just have a bunch of classes in a row after. But after theory, I just sat and played Skate 3 for like 3
There is
hours.
absolutely nothing wrong about playing Skate 3.
For 3 hours on a Monday
That's
when
when
you
you
have
know
classes to go
not
to.
only is your tuition paying for some good stuff,
Right.
but
Right. I'm paying money to play Skate 3 in my
that's
dorm
right. That's right.
after taking big dumps during a class.
During a class? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't take my camera in the bathroom with me. August, can you spell a C major chord? And then I just unleash. Wine. Oh man. Okay. Please talk. That was terrible.
Okay. I know the first thing we wanted to dive into today is me and August. I think from both of our perspectives, we don't look too much alike,
At all.
but we have similar characteristics, as in being heavy set,
And tall.
tallish. I mean, you're taller than me,
Not by much. Anyway.
and having brown floppy hair.
Right.
Uh, but I wear glasses all the time.
And
August
I
doesn't.
have never in my life worn glasses.
We do have different styles too. On top of that,
Right.
but
Although, how in the setting that most of these stories take place,
doesn't
we're wearing
matter,
the same outfit.
right? But like we said, we worked at the same place. I mean, I grew up. I went to school in a different town. You went to school in a different town for our childhood. We went to the same high school, worked at the same place. That's when we
Right.
got really close.
Hmm.
But I can't tell you the amount of times that me and August, or mainly me, that I've been recognized as August. And it all starts freshman year. We had a jazz band together. I did not like August.
I don't know why. I don't know
We
why he
both
didn't
played
like me.
saxophone. He looked like me. He dressed better than me freshman year. Well, most of the time, actually. And I was just like, this is my arch enemy.
uh,
And I haven't even talked to him. And I remember
right.
like teachers or people from his hometown school would come up behind me. They're like, August? And they'd look at me and they're like, I don't know who you are.
You look like someone who I used to know. Are you him?
No. But I remember I'm not nearly as musically talented as you are. I mean, you are seriously one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Oh, shucks.
And you went to state like, I don't know, 787 different times.
I qualified for All-State my senior year. The time that we're about to talk about, my band director just got our high school jazz band to play at All-State.
Right.
Right.
And you had, like I said, you're just so good. And you had this solo. I mean, you could blow into a straw and it would sound amazing. And so this is recorded by some mom and it
Right.
is shared on Facebook. And this teacher that I was really close with my freshman year, or whatever year it was it sophomore year? She comes up to me and she goes, "Great job, great job at Allstate or State or whatever." And I'm like, "Thanks." Because
Right.
I played the saxophone too, and it happened 4 more times that day.
Yeah, he
4 more times.
took the fall, but a good fall for my solo at Allstate. And I didn't get one good job from anyone,
I
by the
got a
way.
lot. I felt good, and I wasn't there, and I definitely am not as good as him. But I was kind of like when I went to jazz band that day, I was
Riding the
feeling
wave.
myself, but didn't
I
sound the
hate you
same.
for that, man.
But like I said,
uh,
this is going to be a me heavy situation talking wise because I have experienced most of the side effects of me and August having the same characteristics.
yeah, and also for most of these stories, I had a man bun.
Yeah.
I had my hair tied up in a
And you
ponytail
wore a
for a
hat all the
long
time
time.
too.
Yeah, and when my hair wasn't up in a ponytail, it would be under my hat. So yeah. I mean, Braden, like he said, we don't really look alike at all. I have while we both have brown floppy hair, my hair is almost always way longer. I have facial hair. I have a much angrier looking face.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
I
would
guess I
say
could
I'm
understand
more
when we're not next
approachable
to each
than
other.
you.
Oh, definitely.
but
Definitely. You are definitely more approachable than me.
but again, there's we used to work at the same place. So one of August's good friends, his dad would come in
Yeah.
and he would like if me and August were working together, he would look to August and he'd go, "Hey, buddy," and ask him all this stuff, or "Hey, August."
Right.
And then when I was there alone, he would come up to the deli again and he'd be like, "Hey, August." And at
Yeah.
first, I didn't respond because that's not my name. But then it got to a point, maybe the 20th time, where I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to give in and just let this guy have a heyday. So I'm like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And he starts talking about his kid, who I'm not friends with. He's your friend,
Right.
August. He's not my
Yeah.
friend. I don't really know him that well. And he's like asking me stuff. One night he was like, "Do you know what he's up to tonight?" And I'm like, "No idea, man. No clue at all."
No clue.
But the most recent time, August went back to school before me, so I was at work for a little longer. So I was working, and he comes up and he goes, "Hey, August. Hey, buddy. How you doing?" And obviously, the person that I'm working with knows my name isn't August, and they know who August is, and they just go along with it. It's the best part.
I hate you. I hate you so much, man.
And
For
so,
reference, wait, real quick. The the kid I'm friends with, whose dad this is, I've been friends with him since like second grade.
yeah.
And we are both about to be freshmen in college. And his dad is just like, "Hey, August," to people who are not me.
And so this time, obviously, it's the break between semesters, and he's like, "How's your specific college?" And I say, because me and August go to different colleges, he goes, "We'll just call it uh, how's Brown?
University.
How's university?" And I'm like, "Well, my university's good." And then he's asking me about your family, and I say my dad's name. He's asking me about like my family. I'm saying my family members' names instead
Not
of
mine.
August.
Not mine
And
who
he
he's
just
talking
doesn't
about.
he goes along with it. He absolutely goes along with it. And this whole time, my coworker is just laughing her ass off because she knows that I'm not August, obviously, and that
Right.
I'm just going along with it for no reason. I could be like, "I'm Braden. I think you have me confused," but I'm not gonna. I, those situations are too socially awkward for me to confront them. I just go along with it.
Yeah. It's like when you get a phone call and you don't know the number and you're like, "Do I answer this and see where life takes me or no?" Most people just say no or answer and be like, "I'm not the person you're talking about." But Braden's just like, "No, I'm August. I am exactly who you're talking about, and this is exactly how this is happening. Thank you for asking about my family that's not mine."
Absolutely. And there's no other way around it for me. That is
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the universe the whole time is just trying to make us become friends
Yeah.
because if we weren't, it'd be super weird. Like
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
being recognized as this guy that you don't know that well.
Right.
Um, but I do have one more story and then we'll move on. Uh, I was sitting in my car before school one day at high
Oh
school,
man, I love this story.
and I'm just sitting down, jamming out to music. I got like 5 minutes before school starts, so I'm waiting to walk in. And this guy that I don't think I've ever seen in my entire life, he definitely is. I mean, I think I saw him at school a few times, but I didn't know who he
Right.
was. He walks up to my car, like he walks past, and then he backsteps, and then he knocks on my window. I don't know if that startles any of you, but it did. I was like,
Oh
"You don't just
god, this
knock
is
on a
it for
stranger's
me.
window."
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I gave him like the weirdest look ever. And immediately when he looks at me and he takes an actual look at me, he knows I'm not you because he originally thought I was August. So I rolled down the window and he goes, "I totally thought you were someone else that I went to school with or that I knew."
Right.
And I'm like, "Who?" And he goes, "August Frisbee." And I'm like, "Oh my God. This is the most recent time that it happened at school." And I was just
Right.
like, "Come on."
This guy too, this guy is my friend, had been for a while at that point, is 6'1" and huge. He's massively built. He's not like fat. He's built
A
like a
tree.
bodybuilder. Yeah.
And I was
He's
just
built like a
like,
tank.
I was scared because I thought he'd be like, "Get out! This is my car now." And I was gonna be like, "All right, cool. Here's the keys. I got jumper cables in the back."
Right. Here's where I live if that's where you're trying to go to.
Yeah, I'll set out all the valuables out front.
Right. It's all yours, man. Just don't touch me. Our next segment today is I'm going to give a trigger warning at the beginning because we're going to be talking about multiple times when we've hit animals with our cars. Well, actually, it's probably mostly just going to be Braden because I'm a good driver, unlike him, and I've only ever hit one animal.
I'm a serial animal murderer, and
And I am not.
it is complete coincidence. It is not my fault. I did not choose it.
It chose me.
Yes,
No. Well, I only have one. I guess I have two, but one of them I'm almost positive I didn't kill an animal. I think I just hit it with like the rubber lip on the bottom of the car. But that was a possum a long time ago. But I'm pretty sure that possum is still alive and well. The story
Well,
we're all here to hear, here to hear,
here
I
to here.
guess, here to hear, is when I was in the car with a bunch of my friends on our way back from the zoo. There's this bridge that goes over the Mississippi River, and it's a big bridge. The speed limit on it is 65 because it's technically on an interstate. And so we're going. I'm in my Ford Escape, which I'm comfortable saying because I obviously don't drive it anymore. And we're driving. I'm going the speed limit. I'm going 65. I'm driving. I look at my friend in the passenger seat, and I look forwards, and there's a deer. There's a deer running, and it like turns in front of my car, and I hit it going 70 on a bridge. Not like a little bridge. It's a very big, very long, very elevated bridge with
Uh,
lots of cars going
like a
very
highway
fast.
bridge, like a what are they called? Freeway. It's a
Yeah,
interstate bridge.
right. It's a huge bridge, and I hit this deer going 70. I have to pull off to the side of the road. No, the side of the bridge,
Yeah,
and gather my
above the
bearings.
river.
Right. I am almost exactly halfway across this bridge, sitting on the shoulder in shock about what just happened.
But how the hell did a deer get in the middle of the bridge?
I have no idea. It's right next to a really big cemetery where there's always a bunch of deer. There's always a bunch of deer at the cemetery. I'm assuming it just ran out onto the interstate and it was running next to my car in my blind spot and sped up and cut right in front of my car and I hit it. I think that's what happened.
And obviously, this deer is no longer living. You were
Yeah,
going at interstate speed, but
it's no longer with us. That's definitely
the
for sure.
deer did as much damage as a deer possibly could to a car of your size.
Yeah, it technically totaled my car, but we just bought it back, with insurance and stuff and got it fixed because I would have been out of a car. But when right after it happened, I stopped and I start pulling away because I'm on the middle of a bridge. There's nothing I can do right now. So I put my flashers on, I pull away at like 45 and a 65 and I'm driving and my steering wheel is turned about 45 degrees to the right and I'm still driving straight. That's how badly this deer messed up my car. I'm technically turning my wheel to like 12 and 3. Like that's where my hands would be if it was
And you're
correct.
going straight.
And I'm going straight. Yeah. The driver's side headlight, bumper, everything is gone. There's deer fur in the front of my car. It was terrible.
You've seen
And I
Tommy
had
Boy, right?
yes, I have seen Tommy Boy.
That's
That's exactly what
that's
it was
what
like.
your car looked
Except for
like.
I didn't put it in the back.
Yeah, because it was obviously no longer
Right. And also it
doing
wasn't
deer
worth getting
things.
out on the interstate, getting out of my car on the interstate and
Exactly.
getting hit like the deer that I just hit. Yeah, it was bad.
And I'm sorry for all the deersters out there,
The
but
deersters, yeah, it's
you have to realize that your favorite animal that you have picked is an idiot.
yeah, it's not the brightest. It
They
looks at bright lights and it's like
they play
that's what I
Frogger
want.
every day in herds.
Yeah, yeah. It's they're not the brightest, that's for sure. I didn't feel good, I wasn't like heck yeah, another one down. I was like that sucked. I have 4 of my friends in my car. I need to make sure everyone lives on the drive home.
I can't even believe I obviously was in the car. Otherwise, I'd be, in on this too.
Right.
But I kind of wish I was and wasn't in the car because it's such a shocking experience that only
Yeah.
creates stronger bonds between the people you experience
And
them with.
lots of really funny inside jokes. Lots of really funny inside jokes. It was a sad experience and I'm glad everyone lived including me and I had to drive home with the steering wheel that wasn't centered at all.
So now we're going to move on to my countless accidental murders of
Which,
animals.
by the way, I know I already said I already gave a trigger warning. There's domesticated animals that Braden has hit, not wild deer.
Okay.
It just has to be said.
If
If
I
you don't
could,
want to hear about it, skip ahead a little bit.
you might think I'm a bad driver, but you have to understand. Okay, but I think it was the car because I have a new car and I've, knock on wood, I have not hit an animal with my new car. But the car I had before, we'll just start from the beginning. I
Oh
was driving
man.
for about half a year. Um, I hit a raccoon. That didn't feel good. I don't like raccoons that much. I think they're pretty scary. But
With their little hands.
yeah, and their stupid faces. But I
They're
killed one on
cute.
accident. That didn't feel good. The next one, there's a few more. I'm gonna leave some out. I hit a possum another time on the same road. I live in a rural area. It's like driving through a zoo exhibit every time I go home in the dark.
So
But
not funny, but it is.
I'm going over to my friend's house, and they have a lot of barn cats.
Oh.
So you know where this is going. I'm I'm driving down the driveway, rural area, a lot of animals. I'm home free. I got my brights on. I'm being careful. I'm driving slow. I don't drive fast on, personal driveways.
Right, because that's not what you do on those.
And if you do that, you're definitely a snakester, but we'll move on.
100%.
Uh, so I'm driving and I'm almost home free, almost at the house, and I'm scared. Every time it's dark at this point, I know I'm going to hit something. So I'm driving and I see this cat on the side of the road. So I stop and this cat crosses. It's this cute white cat. I know this cat. I've held this cat. I knew the cat when it was a kitten. And then I drive and it decides to run in between my front tires and my back tires, in between both axles. It runs in between them while I'm driving so slow. And I just hear clunk a clunk. And I turn around and the cat is bleeding out on the road behind me.
I did not know that detail. Oh my
It
god.
was seizing and then it stopped. And I hated
Okay.
myself.
No, right. This was supposed to be funny. Oh
No,
god.
I hated, I hated myself. I was like, dang it, dude.
Another
Why,
one.
why does it have to be me? And obviously, this is like 2 years ago by now. People have healed, but there are times when I think about that and it just eats me up inside because I love cats, most of them. I don't like my cat that much, and it made me sad. It really did. But rest in peace, whatever that cat's name was, because I forgot. The next
Rest
one.
in peace. Rest in peace, cat.
So this happened also another time that I'm going over to the same friend's house, but this is on my
Oh my
road this time.
gosh.
So
Oh.
I leave my driveway and I'm about to hop on the highway, and there's this orange cat that literally darts out from like a fenced area, and there's like bushes behind the fence, so you can't see if something's coming out.
Right. You couldn't have
It
prepared.
There's nothing I could have done. I hit it with one tire, my back tire, and it was bad. Like I knew it was bad. So I pull over and I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and this cat is seizing out yet again. I'm sorry if you're a cat lover.
Yeah, this is. I thought
This
these
is
were gonna be
it.
funny. It's not funny. This is not funny at
There's
all.
nothing funny about killing cats, man.
Luca
But
Magnotta looking.
but this this cat got up after getting a car that's 10,000 times more its weight rolled over it. This Cuz I get out and I'm going over this cat. This cat is pissed, okay? And I understand why. It's hissing at me. Well, and it was laying down like it was paralyzed. And so I get close enough where it just stands up and then walks away slowly like nothing happened.
Oh, so as far as you know, it's alive.
Right. And I didn't see like any blood or anything. Like I said, it was walking fine. It didn't look like it was externally injured, but there's no way.
It
There's
wasn't internally
there's no
injured.
way that it was not hurt in a serious way. And this was near a neighborhood. So I waited to see where the cat would go. if it would go to if it because it was running from like the woods into the neighborhood, but it ran
Mm-hmm.
back into the woods. So I waited for a little bit to see what it would happen, and I could still kind of see it through the fence. And it just, I guess it was a wild cat. It didn't have a collar, um, and I just parted ways. But the rest of that day, I thought about what's going on with that cat right now. The next one,
Oh my God, there's more. You can't be serious. Is if it's a cat, I don't want to hear it.
it's not. It's
Oh,
not. This
it's
one's
if
kind of
it's a
funny.
domesticated animal. Is I don't really I don't know,
This one
man.
is not a domesticated animal. It is my favorite animals to hit. I'm just kidding.
Oh, oh
The
yeah.
raccoons. I don't like raccoons. So,
That's gonna cause some uproar. I already know.
um, I'm on my first date with my girlfriend. Uh, and I'm obviously, it's not really, it's our first date by ourselves when we
Right.
actually are dating. And we go to dinner and we're on the way back. And of course, we're driving through the same road, which 7 out of 8 of the animals I have hit have been on. There's been a lot of squirrels and
Slow
possums, but
down. Slow down, man.
I'm not. It's so like I'm talking, we're still trying to get to know each other, somewhat. So I'm driving, I'm literally almost at my house to where she can get in her car and go back home. And we're just having this lovely conversation. We're showing each other music. And then I'm not even kidding you, a raccoon the size of a baby bear. Like this thing was huge. And I knew it was a raccoon. I knew it wasn't some like overfed domestic cat or a dog. It was
Right.
a stupid raccoon. And this raccoon jumps out in front of my car and I knew I killed it instantly. I had to have. So that was a great first impression. It was probably the first time I drove alone with my girlfriend in my car.
And you're like, this is what I do for a living.
And
I'm a
and she
professional.
was like, "Oh my god, she's an animal lover. She likes snakes and frogs and all that
She's a
dumb
snakester.
stuff. She is a snakester." And I felt really bad, not for the animal because I've kind of become numb to killing wild animals.
And apparently domesticated
No,
ones.
domestic ones hurt every time.
Oh, good.
That I still carry their souls, and half of the other one that might be alive or not, I carry their souls with me, and I'm living my life to the fullest for those kitty cats. But
Go
me and my
you.
girlfriend are still dating, so I guess if you want to secure the package, or I don't know if that's the right,
Head it out of the park with a girl you like.
yeah, if you want to make sure that she's with you for the long run, make sure you line up a raccoon
You
on your route
violently
home.
murder a raccoon on the drive home.
And I do apologize to all the kitty cat lovers. I'm a kitty cat lover.
So am I.
To all my, what does that lady say? Lions and tigers,
So am I. Cool cats and kittens.
cool cats and kittens.
So all my lions and tigers.
I don't mean to kill animals. They just, for some reason, are attracted to the tires of my vehicle, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Of the old vehicle. The new
Right.
one doesn't
This one's
attract
fine.
animals.
This one is fine. I have only hit nothing. Oh,
Nothing.
can we just tell?
Oh my god.
No, this doesn't. This involves my old car.
Oh my god.
This is one of the funniest me and you moments ever.
Oh?
And I forgot about it. Yes. So we're leaving work one night, and there's only so much employee parking in the back. So my friend parks behind me,
Right.
and
This
so-
okay, this story doesn't have to do with killing
no,
animals.
you're good. Uh, so me and you just finished working, and we're sitting in our cars and we roll down the windows and we're like, all right, see you tomorrow, man, or whatever. And we're making eye contact, and like I'm just so accustomed to just backing out. Like there's nothing behind me. It's not that kind of parking lot. So I back out and I kind of went heavy on the gas.
We both like sped reversed out of
Yeah.
our parking spots.
It was kind of a joke because we were making eye contact the whole time.
Right.
But it turns out that there was a car behind me, and I'm talking 2 feet behind me.
Yeah.
And I hit it, and my
Hard.
car rocked. Like I think I got whiplash. the back the back end of my car flew up like 2 feet.
Yeah, you hit it so hard.
It
We were
was
looking at each other and we both just gassed it in reverse. I kept going. He just stopped. I saw him fly back in his chair. It was hilarious.
so I pulled my car up and I'm like, uh-oh.
This
So
is
I
not
obviously
good.
look at my car first and I just have a little crack in my bumper.
Hmm.
And then I look at the car behind me, and it turns out that I have turned the grill, which was previously in one piece, into about eight.
Right. But it also visually isn't that bad.
No, there was virtually no actual. There's no damage, actual damage. There's just
Right.
cosmetic damage. But that's the first. That's the only thing I've ever hit with my car that's not an animal, and, and I'm glad you were there because it really helped because I felt like an idiot because
Dude, your face after you hit it, you were so frightened and like everything was crashing down
if I
around
would
you.
have just looked into my review mirror, I would have
Right.
just seen the windshield of the car behind me. But I didn't. I was too busy.
We were smiling, looking at each other, and it just all went away in an instant when you hit his car. It was so good. It was so funny.
So yeah.
Oh, that was such a good time. Oh man. uh, for our next story, it's we're gonna tell a story about when Braden and I went to see Green Day. You know, the band famous
For being
for
green.
being green, and songs like Brain Stew and Wake Me Up When September Ends. You know,
There's
so,
many more better songs
right,
than
there's
those two,
lots of
but
also really good, better songs than just the two that I have listed. Anyway, so one day Braden and I are working together, and Braden brings up how him and his mom and dad and his older brother are going to go see a free Green Day concert that's taking place before a Blues game. And I was like, that sounds cool. And like the selfish kid I am, I was like, can I come?
and I was very excited for you to come.
Right. But I uh, rudely invited myself, to which he gladly said yes. And
Yes.
so that was the plan. It was like a month before it happened. It was a
Yeah.
long time before it happened. And so we were both super excited and to go to see Green Day together. And so it's the day of. I drive to Braden's house, and then Braden and his family drive us to the metro station, which is like a train transit around
Yeah.
where we are, which is, as I'm sure you can imagine, not exactly the most homey and
I
safest
don't know what
place.
you're talking about. It's the most luxurious, safest public transportation there has ever been.
Right. People regularly get robbed or rob a place and then go to the metro station. People also get killed. They're like, whatever. It's taking us straight to where the Blues play, so it's pretty much better than driving somewhere and
Yeah.
finding a place to park. And
Spending $80 on parking and
right, so it makes sense. And statistically, we're probably not gonna die on the train right there.
yeah.
So we're gonna meet Braden's brother there. We ride the Metrolink, and it's a little scary. You know, it's my first time on the train. And so we're flying over there because it goes really fast. We get there, we get off. It's pretty cold. I think this was in November,
It was
December.
it was exactly a year ago
Oh
in
yeah, it was actually,
January.
yeah, it was January of last year. And so we're bundled up. I have a jacket, a hoodie, and a beanie on, and Braden has the Braden equivalent of that.
Yep.
And so we're there, and we wait to find Braden's older brother. This is uh pre-COVID. We're not
Yeah.
breaking COVID
This is when life was
guidelines,
good.
right? Back when everything was happy and stuff. Anyway, so we're there. It's a free Green Day concert. We don't have to pay to get in. We magically find our way to the front because obviously for a free Green Day concert, there's going to be thousands of
Also,
people
like
there.
my brother was there for like 4 hours before,
Oh, I didn't even know that.
standing in line when there wasn't one. So he was
Right.
just cold all day.
Braden's brother is like a Green Day super fan. He loves Green Day. And so we're there, we're waiting, and then we're waiting some more. And then, uh, well, we'll tell the story about the woman first, huh?
Yeah, so this lady, she comes out of literally the crowd behind us,
Right. Out of
and she
nowhere.
has a beer, and she's telling everyone, she's like, "Excuse me, I'm taking this beer back to my friend. Excuse me," and then she just stops and she stares down my brother and she goes, "Do you want this beer?" And my brother's obviously like,
Yeah.
"Yes." She's like, "Yeah, that's just an old trick I use just to get to the front. I say I have a friend on the front, and I just bring another beer along." And they're having some small talk. None of us are really too interested in what this lady has to say.
Right. And Braden's older brother's wife is standing right next to him.
Directly next to him.
Right. And this lady's just like, "You want a free beer?" Yeah. It was an interesting interaction between everyone. So this woman is here. She's handed Braden's brother a beer. And then her little maybe 6-year-old daughter comes out clearly well no, she came up with her mom. And so her mom's standing there talking to Braden's brother. This little girl is just sitting there looking at everyone, not caring about what's going on. She's 6. She's probably never heard of Green Day before. And then the lady turns to Braden's mom and starts talking to her because clearly Braden's mom is the mom of the group because there's no one else there who would be the mom. And so now it's two
That
moms
would make
talking.
sense.
I can't remember where she said she was going, but she just asked us to watch her daughter.
Into about 15 minutes of knowing this woman.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it was 15.
Yeah,
She
that's true.
walked up, gave Braden's brother a beer, and dipped. Left
And
her
then her
daughter
daughter
there.
came out of nowhere.
Right. Daughter, and then Braden's mom is like talking to this random 6-year-old girl. Like, you want
And
to.
she's not responding, understandably.
And she doesn't like speak at all. Not to mention, we don't know where this woman has gone. Shalissa is the name we decided to give her because I don't think she gave us her name.
It didn't matter. It
So
left my
Shalissa's
memory.
gone, and not only is Shalissa gone, Shalissa is gone for I think more than an hour. Does that sound right?
Half an hour to an hour, this woman is missing in action. MIA.
Leaving her toddler daughter with strangers, complete strangers, a group of complete strangers. Obviously, everyone around us is waiting to watch Green Day. And Green Day comes around 25 minutes after when they were supposed to come
Oh
on.
my god. And while we were waiting, they only played 4 songs.
And Lizzo played every 5
The
songs,
Juice
which was.
song,
I like Lizzo music, but come on, man.
I think we heard it 10 times that day.
Yeah. A lot of Lizzo. I think when we actually heard more Lizzo than Green Day because Green Day came out and only played, they came out 25 minutes late and only played their new music, which no
Which,
one's listening to.
no, no one. Okay, I know there's diehard Green Day fans that were out there to hear this music. My brother knew these songs.
Right.
No one else did, unless you
Yeah.
are seriously a diehard Green Day fan.
Right. Because it's just, they're not, in my personal opinion, you know, they're not that good. They're good. They're not as good as any of their older songs.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
They're good. They're not as good as the older ones.
But like you have to understand the atmosphere here because we're waiting. Some people have been there all day to see one of their favorite bands. They're going to be like 15 feet away from them. We were 20 feet away from Billy Joel Armstrong, who is the
Right.
lead singer, and I think he's great. But
Yeah, he is.
we're waiting, and a helicopter comes out. A helicopter is like behind us, shooting the crowd. So we're like, oh my god, they're coming out. Nope, nope, they were half an hour late. The
Half an hour late.
helicopter returns. It is shooting the crowd because I guess Green Day played the halftime show at the Blues game too.
Right.
And they came out, they played 3 songs, and then they went back. And apparently the crowd wasn't hyped up enough for their new songs that no one listens to, that they came back out and played the same exact song,
Right.
told
They,
us to cheer better.
yeah. They're like, yeah. It was not a good first impression for Green Day.
No.
20 something minutes late, three songs I don't know. Came back, was disappointed with the free crowd. No one paid for this, thankfully. Everyone would want their money back because they came out 30 minutes late. It was
Which, I
a
mean,
little
that
bit
could have been out of
ridiculous.
their control, but
Right.
the
But
fact it's about the songs they played, and then they came back not for the crowd, but for us to be better.
right. Not to mention it was 40 degrees, 30 something degrees. It's freezing. It's so cold. And they're super late. And also, Shalissa's not back.
No.
Shalissa didn't get back until like the second Green Day song.
Yeah.
And
And then she
like
just took her daughter away. She
right.
didn't even watch the band.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. No animals were killed,
Yeah.
at least not
And
by us.
immediately afterwards, me and August looked at each other and we were like, well, that kind of sucked. And then I looked at my brother and he was so happy. He
Right.
was literally, and that made the day worth it.
Right.
That it made
To
him
see
so
him.
happy.
Right.
But
And there was also, I can only assume it was security, but about 20 minutes into standing into this crowd, I noticed two men on a very far away building, on the roof of a building in a metro area, so it's not like roofs.
it's
It's not
skyscraper
like house roof.
buildings.
Yeah, they're on top of really large buildings. And my immediate thought is, that's it. We're dead. We're
That's a sniper.
terrorist attack. All
That's the
of
Secret
us are gone.
Service.
Yeah. And then 10 minutes later, they're everywhere, all over the roofs, everywhere. But luckily, I'm assuming they were security because there was no terrorist attack that day, and that would have been, not cool. Yeah. But that was our Green Day experience.
Yeah.
Shout out
10 out of
Green
10.
Day. Shout out Green Day for that really terrible experience that was only worth it to see Braden's brother happy. And yeah, so that's our Green Day story. And we're going to close off this episode, like we will most of our episodes, with a tier list.
That's
we're
right.
gonna keep the same format we did last time.
We're back with the segment.
This time,
we hope you liked our chip opinions.
Well, I think everyone liked my chip opinions. Yours were terrible.
You suck.
Okay, well, we're gonna do the same format. We're gonna rate each soda 1 out of 100, and then we're gonna count them up at the end and see who the clear winners and losers are. We're gonna do mostly just the regular sodas. I'm not gonna list every single flavor of Fanta. Okay, that would be completely ridiculous.
And no one drinks those.
Hey man, I like Fanta. Calm down.
No one drinks like peach vanilla Hawaiian sun breeze special edition Fanta.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. All right. So you ready? You got your notepad for the scores?
I'm ready. I am ready.
Right out the gate, the OG, the original, we got Coca-Cola.
Okay.
What's your opinion on Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola is a great soda, in my opinion. I like darker sodas usually more, but it also depends. I'm also a big Diet Coke fan, which makes some people want to die on the inside, but I love Diet Coke, and I think it tastes pretty much the same. I went there, and I said it.
It's not true.
Sometimes it tastes better.
They're both good. Not at all the same. They are not at all the same.
But I will give Coca-Cola, it's an 85. If it's in the glass bottle made with actual sugar, it's like a 97.
Right, but it never is.
Yeah.
No one's gonna pay that much
for just straight up Coke.
I would agree. It would get an above passing grade. I'm gonna go with an 82. Well, no, I'm gonna go with an 87 actually, because sometimes I choose Coke at restaurants.
Yeah.
And so, of course, naturally, right after Coke, we have to talk about Pepsi. I think Pepsi is super good. I'm going to give Pepsi an 85 because not one of them is better to me. They're both good and they don't taste the same. Therefore, they are both good.
Yeah, I'm giving them the same exact score. I think there are people that are diehard either way with the Coke and Pepsi.
Right.
But I'm right in the middle. I think they are both interchangeable. I enjoy them the same amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So next we have Seven Up. What's your professional opinion on Seven Up?
7 Up and Sprite taste the same to me.
I agree. I think maybe Seven Up is probably a little more citrusy.
Yeah, maybe, but 7 Up is all right. I'm
Yeah,
not a guy that's gonna choose like a lemon lime soda unless it's the
right,
one we get to later.
right.
But I'm just gonna give this one like a 50.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 62. I'm gonna give it a 62. It's not Squirt, which is hands down the worst lemon lime soda.
It's a pomegranate soda. It's very good.
It's Squirt is supposed to taste like pomegranates.
I think no, not pomegranate. Grapefruit maybe. It's a
I
different.
uh, it tastes like not goodness, and I don't like it. I hate Squirt, and Squirt can burn. Squirt
Squirt
sucks,
and
and
yeah,
so do you.
Squirt and Fresca are amazing, and I stand behind that, and I never will back down.
I think you made up that second one because I don't know what that is.
Shut up. We'll move on.
Okay, A&W root beer.
A&W root beer was my favorite soda when I was a kid. I would order bottled root beer because I was that kid at restaurants. I
Right,
would get one bottle because it's the same price as just getting a normal drink. Obviously, you have
right,
to pay for refills, but I would get one bottle and then I just drink water the rest of the time.
right.
But I I like root beer. It's makes me feel bad now when I drink it. Like I don't know, it just makes me feel heavy if I drink it now.
Yeah,
But overall, it's probably a 90.
a 90.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 78 because I'm not a huge root beer guy, but it definitely blows Barg's root beer out of the water.
that's true.
I'm not gonna rate Barg's. It's not worth my time.
It's always disappointing when a fast food chain like you look at them and you say that you see that instead of A&W. It's like
Right.
figure it out.
And then there's Mug, which is just A&W. I don't know if I'd be able to tell the difference between Mug root beer and
They
A&W root
taste the
beer.
same. There's like a bulldog on the front or something.
Yeah, it's a bulldog holding a mug, and the can looks like a mug. But also, coincidentally, as I'm looking at pictures of them, A&W looks like a mug. It actually looks like the exact
Yeah,
same
and there's
can
like the
design with different,
foam coming
yeah,
over
with
the sides.
different things on them because obviously mug has a
Can't go
dog
wrong
on
with
it.
a root beer.
Can't go wrong with a root beer unless it's Barks. Our next soda is Canada Dry ginger ale. I love Canada Dry. I love Canada Dry. I don't love it more than Coke or Pepsi, so I'm not going to give it anything in the 90s. I don't want to give it anything in the 80s. I definitely think I'd rather have a root beer over Canada Dry, depending on the day. I guess I'm going to give it the same score I gave the root beer just because they both have their own like times that you want one.
Yeah, totally.
I've never I've never wanted both at the same time, so I've never had to choose.
Yeah, I would give it a 60.
A
It's
60.
better than I think Sprite and 7 Up because it's
I agree with
lighter.
that.
I think it tastes good, and I think it should be the new flu soda because like when you get the flu, like you should drink a Sprite or 7 Up. I think it should be
Right.
Canada Dry. I don't
Because
know.
it's ginger ale. Ginger's
Yeah,
good
and
for
it tastes
you, I
better.
guess.
It
It
tastes
does
better.
taste better. Yeah. I agree. All right. So this next one, there's obviously multiple different kinds, but they all taste exactly the same. We have orange soda. I'm just going to categorize it as orange soda. You can tell me which one's your favorite, I guess. My personal favorite, I think, is Crush, but that's completely acknowledging the fact that Crush and Fanta are the same soda. At
I'm
least the orange ones.
so. What would you give it?
I love orange soda. Orange soda used to be my favorite soda. I'm gonna give it an 89.
An 89?
Yeah, I could. I it, actually last semester I had orange soda and tea in my fridge. That was it. I had orange soda. I think it was Crush. I can't really remember what it was.
See, the only orange soda that I like is the kind you get from McDonald's. I don't even know if they still have it. I think it's High C, maybe High C orange soda.
Yeah, I don't remember if. if they still have
I don't
orange
know if they
soda
have it, but
at
that's the
McDonald's.
only orange soda I will drink,
All
and
right.
it is. I can't even name the last time I had it, but it is literally probably one of my favorite sodas. It's so good,
Yeah.
so good with McDonald's food, but
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely is. I know what you're
I don't
talking
like
about.
Crush or Sunkist, or I don't like
Sunkist
them.
sucks. Sunkist is like just a
Whatever they
subpar
are,
version.
Fanta
Yeah.
is the other. I don't like them.
I just
I,
googled it. McDonald's used Fanta orange.
are you serious?
That's what the Googles said.
Okay, I feel like an idiot, but fountain soda's different, man.
Yeah, it always tastes different depending on the container.
McDonald's orange soda gets a 95,
A 95. But what does regular orange soda get? Like
a
one
4.
a, a 4? No, you can't rate it a 95 when it's in a McDonald's cup and a 4 when it's in a can.
I just did.
I can't believe you're real. This one's not on the list, and you might have not. Oh, yes, it is. It is on the list. You might not have ever had it, but have you ever had Royal Crown
No, I
RC
don't even know
Cola?
what that is. Oh, wait, no, I've had that. It tastes the same as whatever. It's all the
Yeah,
same.
it does taste. I mean, it's like Coke and Pepsi combined in my head. But I have Invisalign now. I didn't whenever I used would whenever I was young enough to be dumb enough to buy an RC Cola, and it would make your teeth sticky. It's so
Mm,
acidic, I guess is what it
sugary
is.
and stuff.
That when like you take a drink and you close your teeth, they like squeak on each other. It's terrible.
Oh, I know what you're
It's
talking about. I don't even want to review this one. This soda's
Yeah,
dumb.
it's got a 0, but I figured it was worth mentioning because of how terrible it is. Okay. Um let's do Dr. Pepper next. Dr. Pepper is without a doubt my favorite soda right now that you can buy in most places. I
Oh,
would give it a 96. I
Dr.
can tell you're going to
Pepper.
disappoint me right now.
Dr. Pepper is an okay soda. There are there's another cherry cola that I prefer that I think
Is it
is
Cheerwine? You ever had Cheerwine?
it's Cheerwine.
Cheerwine is really good.
I don't
I
like
would
Dr. Pepper that much.
yeah,
I it's whatever.
I would give Cheerwine like a 92. They're really close to being tied. They don't taste the same because they're not the same, but I think Cheerwine's good. I just don't think it's as good as Dr. Pepper. But
I'm gonna give Dr. Pepper a
oh man,
65.
65, a passing grade. All right.
Is
The
it?
next one, a 65. Yeah, that's a D.
Oh, okay. Right.
All
Sure.
right. The next one is Mountain Dew. You can take the reins on this one.
98
98. Yeah. I
because
was
another soda that is not widely popular that we simply just can't talk about because it
yet. We'll get there.
yeah. Well, yeah. Um if okay, so we are going to talk about the other one?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be the purple Doritos of this tier list.
What did I give it? I don't even know.
A 98. You gave Mountain
Yeah.
Dew a 98.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
also gonna give it a 98.
Yep.
Wait, what did I give Dr. Pepper?
96.
Give it one below whatever I gave Dr. Pepper.
95. All right.
Just because the amount of calories and sugar it has, I can't
It's
justify getting it in
ridiculous,
places.
but
Yeah.
so much worth it.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is Yellow Mountain Dew. We have Mellow Yellow. I think Mellow Yellow is pretty good. I don't know what the caloric difference is between Mellow Yellow and Mountain Dew. I have a feeling Mellow Yellow probably has less sugar and calories, not by much, but maybe a little less. I have no idea. Mellow Yellow, I'm going to give the same grade as Mountain Dew because it's good. It's not the same, but it's also really good.
Okay. I'll give you Mellow Yellow. It's
Yeah.
I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
I mean I do, but when you drink a Mountain Dew or a ski
Yeah.
compared
We're
to
getting
it,
there next. Don't worry.
it's nowhere near it. So
Yeah.
you'd give it the same as normal Mountain Dew. I'd give it a 70.
70.
Yeah.
Okay. And next we have from reigning from Breeze, Illinois, we have ski, which is like the Illinois version of Mountain Dew. I'm actually gonna have to change my Mellow Yellow score to an 86 because Ski is just one below Mountain Dew. Just because it's locally made and therefore it's not as good as the commercially made version of it, in my opinion.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't one doesn't stand out to me between Mountain Dew and Ski.
Ski's in 100, hands down.
Okay.
Ski
Okay.
is my favorite soda I've ever drank. There's tons of caffeine in it, I think,
Right.
and sugar, but good God. And I don't really drink soda too much anymore besides like Diet Coke.
Right.
But I love Ski. Ski is a treat. Ski is like a slice of cake for me. That's
Definitely.
how much I enjoy it.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to give it what did I give Mountain Dew?
You gave Mountain Dew a 95.
I'm giving Ski a 97 solely on the premise that you can buy it in a cool glass bottle and you
Okay.
get the satisfaction of opening the
Very
glass
good.
bottle.
Very good.
Okay. Now we have the purple bag Doritos of soda. We have Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I am giving this soda a 6,423
Okay.
for one
Okay.
point for every calorie.
1 point. And another 10 points for every ingredient you can't read.
Right. It's so good.
I don't know if you know this, but you can make Baja Blast.
And you're not why have we been friends for so long and I'm just now finding this out?
And people are like, that's not true. Well, here, who makes Mountain Dew? Pepsi.
Pepsi.
What does Pepsi also make? Powerade.
Mountain Dew. Oh.
Baja Blast is literally 1/3 Powerade, 2/3 regular Mountain Dew.
I'm
I'm not
assuming the blue
joking.
Powerade, right?
Yes. So if you go to the Circle K and you're like, you know what? I'm a Baja Blast guy. I can't get it anywhere. What the heck? I'm not a Taco Bell. Go in there, get some ice, not too much, because people that get a lot of ice, you're screwing yourself over.
Right. You're just ruining your soda.
Um, put a little bit of power in there, like I said, 1/3, 1-2 ratio, and then fill it up until it is roughly the same color as Baja Blast, and it tastes the exact same. And in my opinion, it tastes better.
Mm,
You
mm,
have to try it.
I
You
guess
can't.
that's I can't say not because I've never tried it. Okay, yeah. Well, what are you rating Baja Blast?
99.
You think Ski is better than
Yes.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
Yes.
What is wrong with
There
you?
are so many different flavors of ski that are great, and Mountain Dew Baja Blast
Okay,
is
no,
in
we're not
second.
talking about the other flavors of Ski. We're
I'm
talking about the green
taking.
one.
Okay, sure. Then yes, still, it's Baja Blast is a 99, and you gave it a 6 billion. So I mean,
No, I gave it a 6,000.
okay,
I'm
well,
not that ridiculous.
we do technically then have a winner there, but
We don't have to
here's
count. We don't have to count here. My realistic one is a 100. I'm
okay.
giving it a
Then
100.
it wins just by the skin of its teeth. Uh
Well, we're not done.
oh, we're
We're
not.
almost,
What wins?
that was technically the last one. I just want to talk about how there's a soda that I've had before. It's not that bad. It's called Diet Right. Who decided to just make a regular soda and then call it diet? Like it's not. It's just a cola. It's not diet. It's just got diet in the name.
So it has calories.
I don't know if it does or not, but it doesn't taste like it does.
Never
Or
had it. Never
it's
even heard of it.
it's not that good. You know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Talk about Diet Right and what you think it looks like.
Um, I'm thinking a really like outdated design on the front,
Wow, that was spot
and
on.
it's probably blue and silver.
You Googled it.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Dude,
I
you're
didn't.
lying.
Let me
You are lying. There's no way.
let me
Yeah,
Google
it
it
does
now.
have zero. It does. No, you got it completely right. You just described it perfectly. You just perfectly
Does it have
described.
like one of those off-brand sodas?
Yeah, it looks like an off-brand soda.
Oh my God, I did. Oh my God. Wow. And that design is straight out of 2003.
Right. And it does have 0 calories, so I guess it does technically qualify as
All right. Well, don't drink
as a
that,
diet
guys.
soda.
Drink
Don't
something
drink
else.
Diet Right
Diet Coke.
unless you want your teeth to look like Courage the Cowardly Dogs. Okay? we don't like Diet Right in this podcast household.
So the loser today is 7-Up.
7-Up.
You deserve to lose 7-Up. And
right. The only good thing to ever come from 7-Up is the game. Heads up 7-Up. I love that game.
I don't think they really made that.
Yeah, I don't either, but you know what I mean.
Okay, well, okay.
It's still the loser.
But overall today, we really did not disagree that much as we did on chips, because you can I love soda.
Right. Tune in next week to hear about cereal. That's really gonna
You're
separate
really
us. I know
not gonna
will.
like what I have to say.
Okay, well, we'll get there. You'll just have to tune in next week to hear us scream at each other over the internet.
And the winner of the soda tier segment, it's Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Only because I didn't give it, or only because August gave it 100 and I gave a different one at 100. It has 199 as its almost perfect score. Second place is Ski, 197. Mountain Dew is in close third at 193.
Just by the way, we are not avid drinkers of any of these sodas.
Mm-mm.
We are not like 900 pounds. No offense if
Not
you
yet.
drink Mountain Dew every day and you're ripped. Go you.
Yeah.
But we don't
email us your secrets.
Right. Please. Anyway, Mountain Dew is great every once in a while. All three of those sodas that we just listed are only good like once a week.
Totally.
At most.
Absolutely.
Unless you're the ripped guy who drinks it every day that we're talking about.
Again, email us.
Right. Twitter. We have a Twitter.
Yep. And like we said, this coming week, we're going to have a big end of season NFL championship game pre-podcast. We're going to be talking about
predictions,
our teams, players, and it's not going to be the whole podcast, but it will be a portion
sizable
of it.
Amount.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't like sports, give it a try. You might laugh.
It'll still be funny, and I'll be in the same boat as you.
And also, like I said, our podcast is on Spotify and Apple.
Finally, yeah.
Download I'm sure you have those apps if you have Apple Music or Spotify. And now you can listen to that. And we'll have them still on our YouTube. And also, if you click on our YouTube, there's hot links, and you'll be able to check them out on everywhere else.
Also, although not as widely used, check us out on the Podbean app.
Yeah. Podbean. You can download the app, search up Knuckle Deep, and we're there. Give us a follow on Twitter at KnuckleDeep4. We are going to be hopefully soon be doing some polls and some interactive things with you, the listener.
All right. Yeah. That sounds great. I'm excited for next week's episode. I'm excited to make you guys, or to make jokes out of everything you have to say about football. Yeah. And I'm excited for you guys to make me sound dumb because of my lack of knowledge. That hard. All right. You like Ski more than Baja Blast.
And
I don't want to hear
proud of it.
And you don't like Cheddar Sun Chips. I bet you're a snake in disguise.
I'm not. I would kill a snake.
Okay. Well, lots of spies would kill people of their own kind to gain intel. So
okay, well, we'll see you guys.
See you guys on the next episode of Knuckle Deep.
Bye.
Bye.